AITA for throwing out my girlfriend's collection that was stinking up the apartment. So my girlfriend and I moved in together 6 months ago. At first things were great. We split rent, split chores, and it felt like we were building a real home together. Then her collection started taking over. She's always been into natural living type stuff. Crystals, plants, essential oils, that sort of thing. I did not mind any of that. What I did not know was that she also collects old jars and containers of herbs, dried flowers, and random natural items she finds outside. At first it was just a few jars on a shelf. Then it turned into bins in the closet. Now half of our living room is full of containers stacked on each other with labels like forest moss and wild rose stems. The problem is these jars are not sealed properly. A lot of them smell awful. Some are molding. I tried being patient, but it got worse over time. Friends came over one night and straight up asked if something had died in our apartment. That embarrassed me. I talked to her calmly about it and asked if she could maybe seal them better or move them to a storage unit. She brushed it off and said I was being dramatic. Last week I came home and the smell hit me so hard I gagged. One of the jars had cracked and the contents were leaking onto the carpet. I snapped. I opened all the windows, grabbed gloves and trash bags, and started clearing out the collection. I tossed about 20 jars, so we're literally filled with what looked like rotting weeds. I scrubbed the carpet and threw the trash out immediately. When she got home, she lost it. She started crying and yelling that I had destroyed months of her work and that those were irreplaceable. I tried explaining that the place smelled like a compost heap and it was making the apartment unlivable. She would not hear it. She accused me of disrespecting her passions and not supporting her. Since then, she has barely spoken to me. She moved some of her clothes to a friend's place, and I am worried this might be the end of us. The thing is, I do feel guilty. Maybe I should have given her more time or helped her find a way to store them better. But I also feel like no one should be forced to live in an apartment that smells like rot.